With the new EV6, Kia has positioned itself as a direct challenger to premium European brands like Audi and BMW. In this video, I'll compare the exterior, interior, technology, performance and pricing of the Kia EV6 to the newly revealed BMW i4, and we'll find out if the Kia can measure up to a German powerhouse like BMW. Recently, I produced an episode comparing the EV6 to the Audi Q4 e-tron, and we saw how closely benchmarked they were. So when the i4 was revealed, I was curious to find out how the EV6 compared to it. First, let's address the obvious difference. They have different body styles. The EV6 is kind of a cross between a hatchback and a CUV, while the i4 is a fastback sedan. But despite those differences, the overall dimensions are pretty close, with the most notable difference being that the i4 is about 4 inches longer. Also, when it comes to cargo capacity, they are quite close. That's interesting because given that the EV6 is a hatchback, I would have expected it to carry more, but these are official numbers from the manufacturers. So despite the different body shapes, they are in a similar exterior class. The styling of the i4 makes it easily distinguishable as a BMW. There's the distinctive front grille, but it's grown longer in keeping with the current BMW design trend. The i4 looks very much like a 4 Series, but has a few additional aerodynamic elements, such as a continuous surface underbody, aerodynamic mirrors, and an operable front spoiler. The i4 uses the CLAR platform, the same platform that is shared by many other combustion engine BMWs. In contrast, the Kia EV6 is built on the eGMP platform, a platform that has been designed from the ground up for electric cars. That allows it to achieve the proportions of the short hood with a long wheelbase. Despite the longer length of the i4, it is actually the EV6 that has the longer wheelbase by about 2 inches. Kia has developed a new design language, and with that, the characteristic tiger nose has morphed into what Kia calls the digital tiger face. There's dynamic lines that run along the base of the car, up the side, and into the rear light cluster. There's also a floating roof and dynamic turn signals. The EV6 has an attractive design, but compared to the clean, crisp lines of the i4, the EV6 feels a tad overstyled. Now, just like the exterior, the interior of the i4 is very much BMW. The one difference that jumps out at you right away is the curved display screen. This contains a 12.3-inch information display and a 14.9-inch control display. Curiously enough, the EV6 also sports a similar curved dual-screen instrument and infotainment screen. That seems to be the preferred design solution for a number of manufacturers. Aside from the curved screen, the rest of the i4's interior has the same level of design and sophistication as the combustion engine BMWs. Seat materials include Sensatec and natural leather. There's wood grain and satin aluminum trims. And in the M version, carbon fiber accents. The Kia trends more towards sustainable materials. The EV6 offers materials like vegan leather or real leather tanned with eco-friendly flaxseed oil. The GT gets sport bucket seats, suede fabric, and neon accents. A neat feature of the BMW is that it comes standard with acoustic glazing, nice to have in an EV. On the other hand, a neat feature that Kia has are the relaxation zero-gravity seats, great for taking a nap while you wait for your car to recharge. And speaking of charging, that brings us to a comparison of technology. A major difference between the two is that the BMW uses 400-volt architecture with peak charging power of 200 kilowatt, while the Kia EV6 has 800-volt architecture with a theoretical peak charging power of 350 kilowatt. In addition, the Kia offers vehicle-to-load technology, which allows the car to be used as a power source for household items or to power your home in case of an outage. Both offer head-up display technology, but the Kia also gets augmented reality. With the Kia and BMW, assisted driving is available with both systems providing speed, distance, and steering control. And that brings us to performance. pitting the ultimate driving machine against movement that inspires. The i4 has only one battery size and comes in two variations, the rear-wheel drive eDrive 40 and the performance all-wheel drive M50. With the Kia, you get a lot more choices. There are two battery sizes, each of which comes in rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive configurations, and tops off with the Performance GT. For this video, I'll focus on the larger battery size, since that's what matches up with the BMW. For range, we have only one number for the EV6, which is less than that of the i4. Keep in mind that the i4 does have a slightly larger battery. Even so, on a kilometer per kilowatt-hour basis, the rear-wheel drive BMW is quite efficient. When it comes to horsepower and torque numbers, for the rear-wheel drive, the BMW is quite a bit more powerful, while for the performance variants, they're quite close. We don't have acceleration numbers for the Kia rear-wheel drive, but for the performance versions, the Kia is a fraction of a second faster. For the rear-wheel drive variant, BMW gets an air suspension, while for the all-wheel drive, the i4 gets an adaptive damping suspension. No towing for the i4, but the Kia gets a towing capacity of 1,600 kilograms. Now, typically, Kias have offered a significantly lower price when compared to a premium European brand like BMW. Will that hold true for this new generation of EVs? We'll look at pricing in Germany as we have numbers for both manufacturers there. The starting price of the Kia does come in a few €1,000 less than the BMW, but keep in mind the BMW has a slightly larger battery. I suspect that in an apples-to-apples comparison, the Kia will come out costing less than a comparably equipped BMW. So does the Kia measure up to a German powerhouse like BMW? Well, on paper, it certainly does. But comparing cars goes beyond how they size up on paper. There's a lot more like build quality and drive dynamics. I expect the fit and finish of the i4 to be in line with that of other BMWs, but I haven't had a chance to see an EV6 in person yet, and certainly haven't had a chance to drive either of the cars yet, so we'll have to hold off on a final answer to that question. But which one would you buy? The BMW i4 or the Kia EV6? Let me know in the comments below. And if you would like me to compare the i4 to another car, let me know the name of that EV too. Please give the video a like, share your comments below, and subscribe to the Driver Download.